Eric Peterson from President of Hope Holdings, founder and CEO of OneWay.com. I have some rather hilarious news today, I have to say. It's a little troubling, but it's still hilarious, honestly. Gab, the social network Gab, run by Andrew Torba, has officially banned me, ironically. The free speech social network has banned me. No warning, no notice, no, 30 days in jail or 3 days in jail or anything like that, like Facebook does. Just wipe all the data, take over control of the account. You're gone. See you later, arrivederci. Right. I subsequently created a couple other accounts with funny usernames, and started posting, following up on the conversations I was involved in, and those were immediately banned as well. So somebody was either drunk or they've just really given up on the whole free speech make believe that they've been this con that they've been running, and now they're just uncloaking, right? But it was hilarious. I mean, I didn't do anything wrong, right? I didn't use any bots, which everyone there does just about. It's crazy. Even their moderators do, apparently, from what I've seen. I saw evidence of. I didn't post anything that would violate any terms anywhere close. All I did is write some stuff that was critical of Gab and their claims of numbers and things like that. I did a review of Gab. I did a video where I reviewed Gab and posted it. And apparently that's where the free speech line ends. Criticism, right? That's a good test of free speech, by the way, right? Just because a site says, we'll allow any legal porn, we'll allow beheading videos, we'll allow lolly porn and everything else, right? Doesn't mean they're free speech absolutists. It drives me crazy when people call a site like Gab or a guy like Andrew Torba free speech absolutists. They're not. The real test of free speech is if they can handle criticism and critique, and if they respond to people and try to answer questions and just, if you can't answer the question, if you can't come to a mutual understanding, then you just say, all right, agree to disagree and move on, right? When people are tyrannical, when people are dishonest, you have censorship. That's how censorship happens. That's why censorship happens, okay? And that's why it's happening on Gab, okay? So, like I said, wipe my account. Here's my account right here. OneWay.com was my username. I created another one right after that called Gab's Gay, and they deleted that one really quick too. But and I created a couple other ones after that too. They kept deleting me, and they just kept deleting them as soon as I start posting. So I didn't do anything wrong. Again, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do anything that could violate their terms, right? I posted a video that was critical of them. They have beheading videos on there. They have child porn, lolly porn, tons of tranny porn. I mean, the most disgusting kind of stuff you can imagine. They have pro members that are reselling porn, okay, to users on the website, okay? But criticism, that's where we draw the line. You're gone, right? There's a guy, like him or hate him, whatever, there's this kind of an e-celeb sort of a guy. His name's Vox Day. He was on this site. It's probably like a year ago or so. And all these crazy guys just started going crazy on him, right? And his wife, and saying all kinds of mean things. And they were posting like threats and saying he's a sodomite and photoshopping photos of his pictures of his wife being gang raped and him doing all kinds of disgusting things, right? Really, really not cool stuff, right? And Torba said, oh, it's a free speech platform, right? So he allows that. He allows anyone else to be completely brutalized. But if you criticize Gab or him for actual real live crimes, for fraud, then you're gone, right? Deleted. So anyway, I'm not one of these guys that whine and complain. I get hassled all the time by these big tech folks and get contracts canceled and payments suspended. I move on. I don't make any videos about it. I don't do anything. I know what those people are, right? I don't complain when the devil acts like the devil. I'm not an idiot, right? But can you imagine the hysteria that Andrew Torba and the folks at Gab would be in if Jack Dorsey deleted their account for criticizing him on Twitter, right? I mean, talk about hypocritical. This is just ridiculous hilarity to me. And I mean, these guys, anytime it rains out, they're like yelling, screaming, crying victim, right? And but they're twice as bad. Imagine Andrew Torba with the power of a Jack Dorsey, right? We'd all be dead. I mean, you'd be getting banned like that. Anyone that disagrees or says a negative thing about him, gone, 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 right? It's ridiculous. Um, and like I said, it's very suspicious that they would ban me after posting this video, right? My review of Gab, it was pretty hard hitting, but it wasn't like, I'm not yelling at him or cussing him or doing anything threatening or anything like that at all, right? Um, so here's a couple comments after my banning, this guy or girl, whatever, little undead girl. By banning oneway.com, all Gab has done is lend his accusations credence. If you haven't yet, please watch the video in the quoted post below. Even if you disagree with some of or all of his points, it's a fact that he was banned for this video. He uploaded that video to Gab TV no more than a few days ago, and now he's banned. And that's right, right? I mean, you might not agree with my video, but I didn't do anything. I didn't say anything illegal in there. I didn't do anything illegal. I'm making a point and making my opinion, right? If you disagree with me on my position on lolly porn, so what? Who cares? It's free speech, right? I have a right to disagree, right? And you have a right to disagree if you want, okay? That's what's called free speech, right? A lot of these free speech people that scream for free speech, they're just a bunch of perverts that want to post their perversion, but then as soon as they get a chance, they're going to make sure you can't post anything that contradicts them or makes them feel the least bit bad about themselves, right? It's not a two-way street with most of these people, and Gab is no exception, right? Here's another guy. Breaking Gab news. Torba has now banned oneway.com for simply criticizing Gab. The guy banned ran a free speech site and broke no rules. Ironic considering even Twitter hasn't banned Gab's account. If you support free speech, do not donate, invest to this site or go pro. The fact is, Torba has shown time and again he does not represent free speech, and he's done that. He's banned a lot of critics of Gab. Anytime someone points out the fact that they're being dishonest with their numbers, or not spending their money wisely, or that the site is not really functional, or the site's run out of turkey by a Muslim, all these things, right? Then they get banned, they get canceled. I mean, in this, as this guy said, even Twitter doesn't do that. I mean, Torba criticizes Twitter all day long in these big tech companies. It's kind of his business model is to play the victim and to criticize these guys, and they don't ban him, right? So how can you say that Twitter's worse than Gab? Twitter has more free speech than Gab does. Let's face it, okay? That's the reality of it. And their site works better, okay? What's this button do? Oneway.com. Oh, I get it. Delete it. They're just clicking on a button to delete me. I don't think they did it by accident. 9,000 done. And this guy's saying, about free speech. Oh, he's saying, this Judge Red saying, except for oneway.com, he should have shut the F up. Jay Solo too. This was another guy that was suspended actually for pointing out some of Gab's hypocrisy and lies on the numbers and things like that. So, it is what it is. These guys aren't free speech. They're not even close to free speech. This is a giant pump and dump, a scam, not a free speech portal, like I said, not in any way, shape, or form is it. It's sad, but it's true. The other thing that I found a little weird is that ever since I posted that video, I'm getting like 10 emails a day saying, we have videotape of you, looking at porn online and doing these things to yourself and all this other stuff, right? And they said, here's your password. We know your password. That's how we sent this email, to you from your own account. And it's not the same password for my email, but it is the same password I used to sign up on Gab, right? And so if that little Turkish guy over there is trying to run some scam on me with his Muslim buddies, then I'm going to be super pissed off, right? It's going to get super duper ugly. But anyway, rest assured, I keep my camera covered all the time. Anyway, very fishy stuff going on, very weird stuff. They're in the middle of a crowdfunding campaign. which probably made them super hypersensitive. But they deleted my account. So Gab's not. It is what it is. I'm Derek Peterson from Hope Holdings. Thanks. Bye.